Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking brings you the Gulf Coast's finest chefs cooking their delicious recipes with all natural gas. This show is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, clean, efficient, natural gas. And now, Coastal Cooking.
My guest today is Dot Chapp, the chef and co-owner, along with his partner, Winston Evans of Conn's on Palafox. Welcome, Dot.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me again.
You know, you've only been open a few months, but I have already heard rave reviews.
Well, thanks.
About your cuisine.
I hope good and bad, because we need to hear a little bit of both, you know.
Well, I've only heard good.
Well, good.
Okay.
We'll keep it up.
And today, you brought some of your special dishes.
Yes. Today we're going to do 3 dishes that I picked that basically highlights Conn's. Of course, most people have known me to do sushi at the Hilton for several years, so I'm definitely going to put sushi in. For the sushi aspect, we're going to do a sushi sashimi combo for 2. Basically, it's just an array of sushi. It's a beautiful plate. It's just awesome. You get a little bit of everything and stuff like that. The second dish, what we're going to do, is actually one of the house favorites. Comes from the kitchen. It is a hot food. It is char siu quail. I grew up eating quail my whole entire life. It was like one of my mom's favorite. But this time we're going to base it with a Chinese barbecue sauce, which is called char siu. We actually make it in-house. And it's also going to be served with house-made kimchi and just topped off with a little green onion garnish. That's going to be the second dish. And then the third dish, I really wanted to highlight fall coming up, and especially growing up being Asian, I love noodles, no matter if it's ramen noodles, no matter if it's udon noodles or pho noodles or whatever. But you know, we're actually going to do ramen noodle because, you know, I started doing ramen noodle probably about like 2 weeks ago, just because of fall and the temperature dropping and everything like that. I think it's going to be a great dish. It's awesome. It's simple. It's hearty, and I think ramen is pretty much exploding throughout the United States.
Yes.
You know, hopefully it's not a fad, but it's something that was a poor man's food. Now it's elevated to a point that, hey man, you're adding whatever you want. You know, so basically for the ramen, we do it for lunch every day, and the protein changes every day based on what we got, what we're trying to promote, and just not it all being the same. You know, so one day it could be this, next day it could be this. But yeah, so those are the 3 main dishes. Sushi sashimi for 2. We're going to do the char siu quail, and then of course the ramen noodle.
Okay, right now it's sushi time.
Yep, absolutely.
We're in for a treat today.
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorites, man. It's just like, you know, chef's choice. I get that a little bit of everything, what I want. Basically, I just got a sheet of nori right here.
And nori
is seaweed, dried seaweed. Yes.
Dried seaweed.
And there's different types of like seaweed, kelp, and alga out there. This brand I use is a medium grade nori paper. And the rice that I'm sticking on, it is a sushi rice, okay? It's a short grain rice. It's got the same texture as arborio rice. Once you cook the rice, you basically add a sushi stew, which is basically rice wine vinegar, sugar, and salt. So basically, it adds a little tanginess, a little saltiness, a little sweetness to your rice. And also, back in the day, they said it would act as a preservative for the rice, so we'd keep the rice a little longer.
Okay.
Now I'm just gonna sprinkle a little toasted sesame seeds. You can buy that anywhere you want.
I love watching sushi being made, and you know, you can do it so quickly because you're a master at it.
No, don't want to be a master. I think I've been doing it long enough that I think, you know, there's times, you know, you always forget, but every day is like a learning experience. You know, you try to.
Now, what is this?
This is spicy tuna. Basically, we're going to make a ATL roll.
Did you make the spicy tuna?
Yep. Basically, we chop up tuna. We add masago, green onions, a little sriracha, and basically that's it. I know some places don't add mayonnaise to it, but basically, man, why would you want to kill the tuna? You know, it's like you don't have to overload it, man. You know, it's like if you want spicy mayonnaise, I'll give it to you on the side.
And then what were the greens?
That was just cucumber.
Cucumber, okay.
All right, so
Julienne,
basically,
very thin.
Yep, really thin. So basically, guys, here I just bought a little plate of just assortment of fish that we're going to put together. This is some nice yellowfin sushi grade tuna.
It sure is.
We're just going to add 4 pieces to that, and basically in between we're going to add some avocados just to give it a little red and green texture and color. All right, got an avocado here. Basically all you want to do is take a butter knife and just take out little slices like that.
So you don't even peel it, do you?
Nah.
This is the easy way.
Yeah, faster, you know.
Sure is.
Working in Atlanta, you know, the restaurant I worked at, it was so busy that you didn't have time. It's just like go, 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 go. bamboo mat, wrap it in plastic. All you want to do is press it. Picture like a U shape in your head. Make sure you get the sides. All right, usually when I have a product or a roll that's got product on top, I'll cut it and then I'll go back and reshape it with a bamboo mat, because by cutting it, sometimes it makes it kind of a little loose or...
You need a really sharp knife for this, don't you?
Yeah.
Any particular knife?
Man, everybody has their own favorite,
Yeah.
you know, brand or that.
Just
you
make
know.
sure it's sharp.
Yeah, I have a Shun, and that utility knife I've had, I got from culinary school, so it's been with me forever. So basically, we're just going to go back and just shape that guy.
Okay, tighten it up.
Just tighten it up again. All right. I'm going to leave this guy here for a second. Wipe that down a little bit. So usually what I do before I put the combo together, I'll just get all my products, proteins ready to go. And then we would just arrange it on the plate.
Dot, you are an artist at heart.
Yeah, you know, this is culinary arts, you know.
Well, you were telling me, though, you have grown up
Yep.
in the artistic world.
Yep, I picked it up from my father. I started drawing, you know, Charlie Brown, whatever comic strip my dad would bring home from his job, I would just basically try to duplicate it on a piece of paper. You know, so I just eventually picked it up, and you know, it became my little niche from the rest of the world. You know, just I mean, coming from Cambodia and being confused and why are we here? Why did we flee? La da da. You know, that was my little outlet. You know, and it's pretty cool.
And now you get to do it with food.
Yep. I mean, I went to art school back in 1990. You know, I just did a bunch of stuff that did deal with the arts.
Now, what are our fish here? Tell us what you've cut up.
I just cut some tuna, salmon. This is yellowtail. That is white tuna. And basically, you know, I do it with all, like, in my head, like how I'm going to put things together. Like, this would be for your sashimi.
Okay.
All right, these guys over here will probably be for your nigiri. So basically, you got your roll, you got your nigiri. Let's go ahead and just cut up some tuna tataki, which is basically just salt and pepper crusted seared tuna, seared rare. And like I said, I just basically just throw a little bit of everything all in there, you know. You just look at your clientele, the guests, you could ask a couple questions and be like, okay, this is what they want, this is what they want, maybe they want this, or maybe they don't want this.
So you can come in and get this made to order?
Yeah, which is the best thing, you know, because sometimes, you know, you got a long day, you don't want to come in and be like, what do I want, what do I want? I'm tired of looking at the menu, you know.
Well, and you're going to get a variety, and you're going to get the chef's choice.
Yep,
because it's always fresh when it's the chef's choice, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, now what else?
That was Connie, imitation crab meat, you know, I'll throw it on, just, you know, just.
What a treat this is for me, because I don't do sushi.
Right.
So, you know, I'm going to love this.
Okay, let's go ahead and put this to the back. I got all the proteins we need. Let's go and execute and put it together. All right, so basically this is our platter. This could go back here. So
I'm going to move some things around so we can see this.
Absolutely. All right, I'm pretty much linear about sushi, you know, and I plate things on how the way I would, if you're eyeballing it, if you're looking at it.
And you cut all these on the diagonal, didn't you?
Yes.
Just so they'll fan nicely?
All right, we can go like this. Let's go ahead and just give it a little rosette of that guy.
Ooh, look how pretty this is.
Okay.
Tell us what was on the plate.
On the plate, the shredded white vegetable is daikon root. All right. And then basically the green leaf is called oba. And basically, oba. It kind of reminds me of coriander. So we're gonna go like that. Let's go like that. All right, so basically we got that guy. All right.
This would be for 2 or 4?
2.
For 2?
Yes.
This is quite a bit.
Yep. So now all you want to do is just make your nigiri. Got a little wasabi here.
Now tell us what nigiri is. And
nigiri is basically your little ball of rice with a protein on top, no matter if the protein's cooked, raw, or even a piece of vegetable.
Okay.
So basically, it's your product with a piece of
rice.
Okay. Carbs with it, you know. And your sashimi basically is just the product alone, no carbs.
Okay.
So, you know, you're just picturing the whole thing in your head, you know, but I've done this for so long that, okay, got it, you know, this is how it is, and basically just arrange it, you know. And it ends up being a pretty dish, you know, because when people do actually sit it at the bar and they're like, whoa, dude, we just totally watched that guy put that together.
And you know what? It's almost too pretty to eat.
Yeah, and you know,
really
and that's what you want, because it is the arts, you know, and it's pretty,
Yes.
you know, so it's a good representation of, you know, who you are, and also you're picking, you know, the best products for your clients, you know.
It's beautiful.
We got that guy. I like mackerel. A lot of people are afraid of mackerel, but mackerel is pickled. Basically, it's salted, then it's brined in rice wine vinegar for about 30 minutes. All right, we got that.
Beautiful. And shrimp.
Yep, we got EB shrimp.
Okay, and you butterflied that.
Yep, just as easy to work with. Basically, you get it home, you get the raw shrimp, you skewer it straight on the stick. You're going to cook it like cocktail shrimp, so by the time it's done, it stays straight, so it's easier to work with. If you didn't skewer, it's going to curl like a cocktail shrimp.
Yep.
And that should
good trick.
Be a pain in the butt to work with.
Boy, this goes together quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, we got this guy. And basically, I'll just load it up, man. And the trick about the octopus, you know, some people say it's chewy, but man, if you take the side that you're not going to present, you know, just score it. Basically, if you score a little bit, it just helps.
Kind of breaks it down.
Totally breaks it down a little bit. All right.
We are learning a lot today.
And a lot of people don't, you know, it's little tricks that makes things easier, you know. So we've got a piece of nori, cut a little Band-Aid, basically hold that protein together. Just like that. All right, what else can we add to this guy? Let's go ahead. We'll skip this dude. Let's add some more color to it. We'll make a Gundam wrap. Tobiko. Okay, let's go like this. Okay. Just always playing with my rice balls.
I bet you go through a ton of rice, don't you?
Yeah, man, I'm just like, good Lord. It's like crazy. I was just like, what?
And I love because you can watch you make sushi in the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Your setup is great.
We'll save this guy. Let's just add a little more love to this plate. We'll just go like that. Okay.
Oh,
basically, this is a little Gundam wrap.
So nice.
You just. Ooh.
And what are you adding?
This is Tobiko flying fish roe. It reminds me of Pop Rock. So
does it come like that, red?
It's basically it's basically food color and stuff like that. You get like so many different flavors.
Okay. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, you're talking about a dish. That will do it.
We'll get at this guy like right here. Let's go like that.
Okay.
You know, but the whole time you just don't really want to clutter too much space.
What else could you possibly add?
Oh, we're gonna finish it off a little Dottie Poo style and just make it a little prettier. So we're gonna go like that. We can go like this. Okay. We got some green onions. We'll go like that. Go like that. Okay. And I think, you know, this it's like the little touches that sometimes people forget, you know, so all you want to do is just...
Oh, and these are microgreens?
This is daikon sprouts.
Okay.
All right, just add a little extra touch, so just a little bit of everything.
Dot, you are truly an artist.
Give that guy some.
That's amazing.
All right. Let's go like this. And, you know, I used to be into carving a bunch of little stuff back in the day, but then I realized, like, yo, dude, just taking up too much of my time, but...
We've got about one more minute in this
Sweet,
segment.
I'm about done here in like 35 seconds.
We got to save room for our other dishes, and I can't wait to try. There's that sharp knife. Oh, look at that.
All right, we got that guy. Let's stick that dude there, and let's just top it off with just a little wasabi and ginger, and we would call that plate a combo for two.
Now we will call this plate a masterpiece. That's what we'll call it.
Simple, easy.
Beautiful. Our next recipe from Cons is a barbecued quail.
Char siu quail, served with house-made kimchi. Also, the char siu is a Chinese barbecue sauce. It's also house-made.
Great.
So basically, I already marinated quail for about 24 hours in the char siu. You could grill or saute it. We're just going to saute it and make it a little easier. So basically, you got your quail. What I did was took the quail and I butterflied it open, so you get halves. So it's just a lot easier to cook.
Oh, nice.
So basically, you put your char siu marinade in there.
So it's not a dark sauce like barbecue sauce is it?
No. When you top it off at the end, it'll be a little darker.
Okay.
All right. Usually I'll cook about 6 minutes.
Okay.
And also, we got kimchi. I think it's a great complement with the quail because you get the sweetness and the gaminess of the quail, and then you get the spiciness and tanginess of your char siu. All right, so that's pretty simple. We make that in house. It's Napa cabbage. We cut into 1-inch pieces. We salt it for about 30 minutes. We wring all the water out of it, and then we add carrots, ginger, garlic, onion, fish sauce, Korean chilies, green onions, and some toasted sesame seeds, and basically just mix that all together, all right, and then we just let it sit. This recipe, you don't need it to sit 3 or 4 days. You could almost eat that immediately, you know. I mean, you let it sit for about an hour or two, you're ready to go, you know. So that's the one thing, 'cause I don't got time to make kimchi that's going to sit for like 4 months. But it's pretty much simple, and this is always this is a house favorite. You know, people love it. I love quail.
You don't get quail very often.
No.
I don't, so it really is a treat.
Yeah.
Well, Dot, you this has always been a dream of yours, hasn't it? To own your
Yeah.
own restaurant.
You know,
And you are very lucky to be in the center of activity downtown, right there on Palafox, across from V. Paul's.
Yep. Yeah, we actually found a really great location, and it's actually working out pretty well. It's not too big, it's not too small. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's still a lot of pressure into being an owner. You know, every day you're still learning something. Every day you're trying to tackle this and tackle that. You know, you asked me earlier where the name came from. Basically, I named it after my dad, Cons, you know. I mean, it was just, he's just a really cool cat. Everything he's done for his boys and everything, what he's done for other people and stuff like that. So,
what an honor.
Yeah, just to honor my dad and just out of respect, you know. And the whole concept about Cons, too, is also he built a school for the kids in Cambodia. And that's what we really want eventually to do is, you know, help those children over there in Cambodia, give them an education, you know. So basically, it's almost like, you know,
passing it forward.
Yeah, yes, exactly, you know. But, yeah, you know, I think downtown needed a good Asian restaurant, you know, nothing like fast food or this. You know, it's just totally something different. You know, the menu that was created was basically some of the first things that popped in my head as a child, you know.
It's what you grew up with.
It's what I grew up eating, you know.
And you told me it was really peasant food, but it was all fresh ingredients.
Yep, every day we're always
together for something really unique.
Yep, we do a whole fried fish. No one in Pensacola really does a whole fried fish, and I was like, man, dude, we're next to the Gulf. Why can't we do that, you know? So it's a simple whole fried fish, whatever fish, you know, I pick for the day, and I make my mom's sweet and sour sauce. And literally, you're getting a whole fried fish, you know? I mean, it's garnished with green onion, cilantro. It's a beautiful piece.
Wow.
I did that on Blab TV, so I didn't want to do it this time for this segment.
Well, we want everyone to know that you're not just sushi.
Correct.
My goodness, you've got soups, you've got wraps.
We got soups, wraps, we got
bowls.
noodles, we got stir fries. We got, you know, a banh mi sandwich is like my favorite Vietnamese sandwich. You know, everything, the pate I make all in house. Everything's all made. Since I don't have an oven, I got to buy the bread, but that saves me some time.
But it is all fresh food. And
yeah, you know, it's not heavy.
Unique.
You know, it's like you want to come
not.
in. You know, so you just want some lettuce wraps. Cool, man. You know, you pick your protein, you put your lettuce wraps together, off you go. You're not eating a burger or this or that. You know, no disrespect. You know, to each their own. But, you know, you're going to come in for something a little late. You're going to come in for something a little late, you know. You could have sushi. You could have hot food.
You're open for lunch and dinner?
We're open up for lunch Tuesday to Friday. And then dinner from Tuesday to Saturday from 5 to 10. We'll close Sundays and Mondays.
Okay.
Everybody needs a couple days off, you know.
That's right. You're right.
All right, so this quail is basically almost done. We just want to make sure. All right.
Looks great.
Yeah, basically we can go ahead and try to set this plate up super quick.
Okay.
We're going to go like that. Add your kimchi. All right. And you just want to double check.
Looks good. When do you add your barbecue sauce?
Right towards the end because it's got sugar in it. Basically, we make the char siu in-house. It's got like cane sugar, Chinese 5-spice, garlic, ginger, onion, soy sauce, hoisin, and we add a little food coloring just to give it that red color.
Okay. Shall we let these cook a little more and then finish up when we get back?
Absolutely. How about we do that?
We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Finished dish. Stay with us. Got our quail already.
Yep, definitely. So basically what we're going to do is just add the char siu quail. We add it towards the end just because there is sugar in it, and basically you just don't want the sugar to burn. All right, so basically you're just going to add that to that to that.
It's a beautiful sauce.
Yeah.
Can't wait to taste it.
And basically you're just going to, pan's so hot, you're just going to turn it, just flip it over a little bit. All right. Just get both sides. And we would call it a day.
Is this on your menu all the time?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's that. And now all we're gonna do is just plate the quail with the kimchi.
How nice.
All right, that's that guy. And we're just gonna garnish it off with a little green onion. It's a garnish, not a salad. My boys know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's
that. That is beautiful. Another beautiful dish from Cons.
That's the char siu quail with kimchi.
And our next one.
Our next one, guys, is basically the ramen noodle bowl. I started doing ramen about 2 weeks ago. And basically, I just want to promote it since fall is here, winter's coming. I think it's a great dish. I think it's cozy. It's comfort food. It's warm.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
This is not your dried ramen noodles. It tastes nothing like them.
No, basically I found a company that produces a fresh ramen noodle. It's great. It's awesome. It's a fabulous product. So all you want to do is basically you got a pot of boiling water like you would just cook like regular pasta. So basically you just want to dunk that guy in there. Okay. I'm actually going to steal this dude for 1 second. And all you want to do is make sure you stir it around for a little bit. Okay, so let that cook. The proteins I picked for today is that I got braised short rib that I braised for several hours the other day that I was doing a special for. I got some Asian meatballs too that's in this broth. Basically, every area in Japan has their own broth, okay? The state of Sapporo in northern Japan does a miso broth. So basically, since we have miso soup on the menu, let's just utilize the product and instead of having to make 2 or 3 different kinds of stocks. So basically, this is a ramen noodle in a miso base. I got also some Asian pork meatballs. It's got ginger, garlic, green onion, sugar, fish sauce, and soy sauce. The braised pork belly. And to add my own little touch of like Southeast Asia, I garnish it with like bean sprouts, green onions, cilantro, toasted garlic, a drizzle of pork fat that I make off of those guys, and a basil leaf. So basically it's just a little bit of everything.
Sounds great. You know what, while this finishes up, I'm going to give everyone our telephone number. If you would like written copies of today's recipes, you can call Pensacola Energy, 436-5050, or you can visit our website, www.coastalcooking.com.
All right, so guys, we got the noodles. It's already done. All right, we're going to go like that. And all we're going to do is just arrange this. You got your pork belly right here, okay? You got your meatballs. We're gonna go like that. So this is just whatever you want, all right?
Could be shrimp or chicken.
Could be shrimp, chicken. It could be straight vegetarian, whatever you want. So basically all you want to do is pour some of that broth in there, all right?
Do I see some mushrooms?
Yep, basically it's shiitake mushrooms in that. And now we're just gonna finish off with the garnish that I just love ever since I was a child, bean sprouts. Of course, you gotta have some green onions, all right? Then you got a little daikon sprout, all right? That guy's done. Of course, top it off with a little bit of cilantro. All right, we got that, a lime wedge.
All those flavors,
yep.
What? This is great.
Toasted garlic. And we're just going to drizzle a little pork fat because I like the pork fat just adds a little extra love.
Wow.
And that's it. And there you go.
Ta-da! Right up front and center.
We'll have that.
Beautiful.
And there is your ramen noodle bowl.
Tell us what else is going on at Cons.
Right now, I'm about to change the menu just because fall's coming up. We got happy hour going on from 5 to 6. There's a couple of sushi items on there. There's also a couple of hot items off there. We're coming out with a sake cocktail list too as well. And you know, there's a couple other things. So happy hours going on. We got great beers. You know, we got Rogue on tap. Winston, he loves his beer, so we got a bunch of great microbrewery beers. We also got a great selection of sake. We got a great selection of wine. Of course, the new sake cocktail list is coming out too as well. And yeah, come on down, check us out, guys. You know, we're open Tuesday to Saturday. You know, and come down and see us. You know, it'll be fantastic.
I promise you will not be disappointed. Ben, this is just a sample of what's available on your menu.
Yes.
And it's so much fun to come and try something different every time.
Yep.
Bring friends and share.
Yep.
Have a great time.
Have a good time, you know, try the new specials. I mean, always trying to think of something different. You got to come down and have the whole fried fish.
That's right.
Yeah, the whole fried fish is one of our signature dishes too as well.
Well, we've had a good time today.
Yes, we have. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of your culinary expertise and your special dishes with us. And we will see you again next week with more Coastal Cooking.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, clean, efficient natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.